And we're live. You're muted. You're muted. You're can't unmute the guest. Yeah, you muted yourself. There we go.
I muted myself and I was trying to unmute myself. He got kicked. I just told him to retry entering.
It does that. Yeah, I think there's all kinds of glitches, but it happens.
So we'll wait a second.
Yep.
But tonight we're going to be interviewing Brian Bennett, who is a tattoo artist.
There we go. I'm back in.
There we go.
Yay,
Wait, here. Wait, let's make it
Brian.
official. Say it one more time. I got the sound effects. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. This is Bino's tattooist, artistic assassin. I'm here, tattoo man. Oh, that's what's up. I get the
There you
applause.
Yep. We make
Everybody,
it
I
real
want to
here.
welcome you to Brian Bennett. We are interviewing him today. He is a local Niagara Falls, New York tattoo artist who's tattooed the majority of all my tattoos, which is he's well loved and well appreciated in Niagara Falls.
That's
all
right.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself and where you came from and what the tattoo inspiration was?
Well, I was born and raised in Buffalo. I migrated to Niagara Falls. I started as an apprentice on Hyde Park in Niagara, Monsters Inc., with the late, great Jerry Woods, God rest his soul.
Wow.
He introduced me as an artist to start doing tattoos, and I apprenticed there at that tattoo shop. And
Okay.
I started, once I started working there, I wasn't getting too much business because, they didn't know me and I was new. But I started doing tattoos on my porch, and then I just blew up. Everybody and their mama came on my porch and got tattooed right there on Pierce and 18th in Niagara Falls. And from then on, it just seemed like my name just ran through the town like wildfire. And I
And I
never
can
looked
vouch
back.
for him. And
I
I can
never
vouch.
looked back. And I've done a lot of excellent work for people for little to no money. I was taking the shorts while raising a family of 5 because I had my girl and our children. And I would just tattoo on the porch, get the money from people, and put it in her pocket. And she would go shopping and buy food and school clothes. Like we were living off of it. But I can say I was successful enough to take care of that family for 20 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember getting my first tattoo. Came in there at 16 years old and got my name tattooed on my leg. That was my
Well, give us a tour.
very first tattoo.
Do the tattoo tour since we're here. Don't be shy.
You try to get you the model.
Yeah, don't be. I mean, listen, you want to show the works. Got to. I mean, anything that we can show that YouTube will allow, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Get the logo. I mean, look at
we can't show a lot of them.
Maybe
Right.
pick one or two that you like that are,
Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but
Wow.
it's the heart on my sleeve, and it's the little clock. It says, "I'd rather waste my own time." He did
Right.
this one right here for autism for my daughter. See,
You're
he did
covered.
the beauty behind the beast.
Okay.
He did my little bow, the girl in swing, my 1999, my fingers, my little bow there. This one right here. Sorry, YouTube.
You're covered. Shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
He did this one right here. It's I'm bent, but I'm not broken. My name.
Wow.
And then he did that one down there. He's also did this one down here. It's be the one to guide me, but never to be the one to hold me down. He's did my foot, my back, my ribs, my ass cheek. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh,
I done tattooed you
I think the
everywhere.
question is where has he not done on your body? I guess that's the more. Exactly my point.
He didn't do my.
Yes.
How do I
You can
put it
say
on the face? My coochie part.
your lady flower. We got it. Okay.
He didn't do my lady flower. He didn't do Aquarius name. You did this one right here, right? My stepdad's name.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he did
I,
that one. He didn't do this one right here, but he did the roses on my neck. He didn't do the ones on my face, and there's like maybe a couple more that he didn't do, but he's definitely did
the
a
majority
lot.
of the
Like
big ones I've done.
yeah,
Well,
he
here,
did
this
this
is
one.
that's a nice, yeah. So here, this is my question because I mean, I'm sure you've done a lot of them. What's, I guess it's kind of a two-part question, if you can say it. What's the
Go
most
ahead.
interesting tattoo you've done, and where did you put it?
Oh, oh, wow. I know one of them I will never forget. I did this guy's portrait of his face on his face,
Really? Wow.
which I was, and I thought to myself, this is probably one of the most conceited people I've ever met a day in my life.
That, yeah. I
Right,
mean,
putting your face on your own face. I would get sick
That's
of looking
right.
at myself.
that's like some face-off stuff, but that's weird. Okay.
It was really weird, but I've tattooed. I mean, like for over 20, almost 30 years, I've been tattooing people in some of the. But it starts to become cliche because I've done boobs, I've done butts, I've done private parts
You've seen it
on
all, yeah.
girls. I
Nothing
wouldn't do
phases,
it on
right?
no dude, but I would definitely do it on a female.
You wouldn't put his face on his nose, if you will. You wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't touch his private parts and tattoo him. And I had actually in my tattoo career, in my years of doing tattoos, I think I've had at least 5 men that wanted tattoos on their private parts, and I can't see myself doing that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no, I can't see him doing it either. I mean,
I
when
can't
he
see
did
myself
my
doing
foot
that.
tattoo, I mean, my foot literally had to go in between his legs because it was shaking so bad. And I know we were both uncomfortable. We just kept saying, sorry, sorry.
Right? Like it
But
was funny.
it was just funny. And then to watch my kids, they've watched me get all my tattoos, especially my youngest, Miley. She's watched me get tatted by him and everybody else. And she's
Right.
like, "Is he gonna be my first one to get tatted? He's gonna be the one that tattoos me?" Yes. Like eventually we're gonna take Aquaria to go get a tattoo from him, but she just needs to learn a little bit more responsibility
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
let her get a tattoo.
Well, you know what? This begs another
Um,
question I want to ask because I'm curious because I'm considering getting one. I've never had one, and I'm not a big fan of needles. There, is there something I should know the first time doing it? Maybe some things to consider or to.
Make sure he's clean.
Okay.
And make sure
yeah.
that those needles come right out the pack. Make sure he shows you the needle coming out of the pack.
Okay.
Make sure that the package that he's bringing it out of is totally sealed. In fact, I've done this thing now where I let the clients open up their own needle so they know
Okay.
that it
Yeah.
wasn't a breakage in the seal, none of
Yep.
that. Like I like to
Mhm.
ensure people that I'm safe.
Okay.
And tattoos aren't really painful. They're more addicting than they are painful because you're only getting like maybe at least I would say like a centimeter of the needle is penetrating the epidermis of your skin.
Okay.
So with that being said, it's you've had paper cuts that are as
Yep.
deep as a tattoo.
Okay.
It's just that it's not painful. It's annoying and aggravating.
Okay.
That's
Makes
why
sense.
a lot of people they get the wrong misconception, but when they get them, then before you know it, they're coming to see me every weekend for a full year until I finally run out of room on them. And Amber
Dang,
actually witnessed people start from nothing on their skin to having full sleeves and all of that.
Wow.
me.
Because she's been
I went
around for
from
years
nothing
when I was tattooing.
to a whole bunch. Listen, I think the one time, the most I got in a day from him, I think is 3 at a time. And he'd be like,
Right.
Amber, you're
I had to
putting
Well,
your
make you
body through a
stop.
lot of pain. Yeah, the one time he
Right.
definitely did. I had a thousands to spend, and he was like, Amber, we gotta stop. You just did 3 major tattoos. I ain't done yet. Let's keep going.
and you didn't even
See,
get to
'cause
your face yet. So I mean, you know,
No, I got to my face.
oh,
I'm
that's
My
very
true.
face is
particular
good.
about doing tattoos too because it's only so much your body can take trauma wise,
Oh yeah.
and then your body will start to bleed, and once you start having bleed outs, it's pretty much impossible to put a tattoo on you. So you
Yeah.
would
Mhm.
just professionally, you just stop and let your body recuperate and come back, but you give it a couple days.
Yeah, it's almost like it really. I mean, it's maybe not considered major, but it's almost like a surgical process. You know, you got to prep. You're going through your body. You don't want to overtax it because it's still something you're doing to your body, regardless of how invasive or less lack thereof.
Yes.
You know, your body takes a toll. You don't want to push yourself over that edge because you know, a lot of things. Not saying things do go wrong, but it's the same thing. Tell you, and I know they tell you like surgery always says, listen, we just want to make sure you understand. We're taking precautions, doing all this stuff, but things do happen. So like, you really have to just know your limits to know your body and make sure that you're as prepared as possible. I guess not just do it on a whim kind of thing either. I guess
That's
in some
right.
cases. Um, but yeah,
Tattoos, though, in my profession, most of my best clients did it on a whim. Like they just once they get it and they find out and they realize that it didn't hurt them like they thought it would, then they keep coming and they don't stop.
okay,
They get addicted. Tattoos aren't painful; they're addicting. Bottom line.
And I can
good enough.
definitely vouch for that. I when I started, Justin, it was I got my name, and then I want to say a couple of months later, I had got um LB on the back of my neck and NY, and I just kept going. And he was like, "Are you done yet?" I was like, "No, I'm not done." He was like, "Relax, relax,"
Well, you
Yep.
got to.
and I was just like, they didn't hurt me. It was just my adrenaline. And I've gotten tattoos where grown ass men will definitely cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, you
Yeah.
know,
And
what
I
you should do is you do the.
sit there. I just sit there like, you done yet?
Well, now you got to do like the panther or the big bird on this side. Do the head to toe, like big one. That's like just go start from the top and work your way down to your tailbone, kind of thing. Like just go all the way, train track down.
Ooh,
There's already done that. I did it from the spine down.
yeah.
I have that already. My rib cage on both sides are done. My foot's done. My fingers are done. Both of my
It's
Well,
shoulders. Like I have so many tattoos. I think I have over 80 tattoos now.
yeah, for real. Tattoos,
that's
though, you
something
can't.
though.
Your body will, as a tattoo artist, your body can only take but so much trauma
Yeah,
before you start having what I would call a bleed out, where your body just starts bleeding. And
yeah.
once that starts happening, you got to stop immediately because your body is saying, "I've had enough.
I'm
No more."
rejecting it. That's too much. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's usually like I could say the longest is like I would say 6 hours before your body would literally conk out. On average, 6 hours. There are people who can do it from 8 to 10. Like Amber could do it for probably like 12, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I would say on average 8 hours of consistent work and
Yeah.
it's detailed. Your body will give out on you.
Well,
And
here's
some
a fun
people
question.
passed out
Especially
too
if you've
on
never
me.
had a tattoo like that, it'll definitely take a strain on your body. I've seen people that he's tatted that have like either passed out or they're
Yup.
already shaking and, oh, can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? No,
Hmm.
like we're in the middle of this tattoo. Why would you want me to stop? But I get it. Some people have high tolerance, pain, which is me. Some don't have zero. Um, like I said, I every tattoo, I never felt any of my tattoos. I want to say the one on my foot, it didn't really bother me because I already had it before there, but he just redid it and fixed it for me because I had a jailhouse tattoo. But
Hmm.
it just was like the nerves were just shaking because I was like, it was agony, but it wasn't pain.
Well, especially when you're going over someone else's work because your body never forgets or the trauma.
Right.
And that's something like a lot of tattoo artists don't like to tell clients, but if you're doing touch ups, fix ups, or cover ups, your body remembers
Hmm.
the what it endured on the first initial tattoo. So
Sure.
whatever happened then is gonna repeat itself after some time.
So here's a
And I,
fun question. I mean, I know because you very much seasoned experience. So from an experienced tattoo artist there, can you give us and just a generally some maybe do's and don'ts. Some good idea for some tattoo options, and maybe some bad ideas that you've seen. Like, what's a good thing to think about, and maybe what's maybe not the best idea, kind of thing. If that makes
Well,
sense.
first of all, I will say this much: do not drink before getting your tattoo, because
Yeah.
alcohol thins your blood.
Yep.
Thus, you will bleed a lot faster.
Yep.
That's number one. Don't get drunk, and know what you're getting. Because in my professional career, I can honestly say I've done tattoos for people, and I tell them, "You sure this is what you want?" Especially significant others' names.
Mm-hmm.
If your boyfriend and girlfriend and y'all so in love and y'all going through that honeymoon stage, and usually people who do it impulsively and early, their relationships don't last long. And
Right.
then before you know it, a year or two later, they're one of them coming back. I need this covered up.
Mm-hmm.
My new boyfriend or my new girlfriend will throw a fit. She's tired of seeing this person's name on me, or his name or her name, whatever the case may be. I'd always tell people, refrain from names. I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
much you love them. I don't care if you're married. I just think it's taboo for some strange reason. I think it's bad luck when you do
Except
it.
maybe like mom or dad or grandma, like maybe immediate
Not your
family.
immediate family and parents, the people. I mean, like those aren't relationships. That's family.
Yeah, that's different.
Right.
That's totally different. They're with you for life, whether you like them or not. So,
Truth. Preach it. Yeah, truth.
You know how
but
many times he's yelled at
you
me
could,
to not give somebody's name? Because we
yes.
can't, and he told me he will
Well,
not
I tell you
cover it
that.
up. Well, I got a
Hmm.
couple. And
You
Yes,
don't
he
say.
used to piss me
but I
off.
started getting smart with it. After we covered up right here, it did say Buddha. That was my only cover up that I ever did. And that was, I'm glad I covered it because, my baby father is a sex offender. We ain't gonna talk about that today, but I'm no longer with him. He's never been in the picture. But I started getting smarter. So for my Miley's father, my still husband, we got his hand instead of his name. We did the
Oh,
stars
there you
and
go.
moons. We did the stars and moons, but didn't put his name in it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then for another ex, this one, it's supposed to say Stephen Michael Jordan, but we put it in Chinese, so it just says SMJ. So
there you go.
he was like, "We're gonna get creative, and we're not gonna put the whole name no more. We're not gonna do that." So every
Now
time I
that
come to him, he's like, "What are you getting?" Man, I
just to
don't
be
know.
sure.
Just come to my house. Just come to my
Now
house. He's like, "No
now can
names,
that
right?
correlate?
No names."
Can that correlate with like dates too, or do you think dates are okay? Like maybe you had an anniversary or something.
Dates are cool because,
Okay.
and then they're easier to cover up if I did have to cover them up.
Okay.
But I
Right.
just think that like names, specific names and stuff like that is like kind of taboo. I don't know what it is. I just think that when you do that to solidify your relationship, that's when it just goes downhill.
Seems to be, yeah. It seems
Yeah.
like I don't know if it's maybe me. I've read a lot of that. It seems like that's usually like the breaking point when you're at tattoo official, and when you do that, it seems like it all goes downhill. And you may have seen it before. People come in like, yeah, I've only had this for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Come back like, yeah, I don't need this now. Like it's
Right.
like, well, you were
And
so in love when you came in. Yeah, that was 3 weeks ago. I'm over it now. So
because y'all be trying to prove that little lovey-dovey mute point, and then
Yeah. I mean,
y'all in the
when I
honeymoon
did it,
phase of your
when I
relationship.
did it, I definitely did love my baby father. I was young. Um, and he was like, "Oh, do it." So I did it, you know what I'm saying? It's my kid's father, so that's why I did it. But when I met Miley's dad, he said, "Cover it up or we're not getting married." So I was like,
wow.
I
Well,
don't want to
Exactly.
cover it because he did a good job. Like underneath it, it was a good tattoo the way he did it. I loved it. So we kept the heart, you know what I'm saying? So we kept the heart, and we don't know what this is. We just don't know what it is. I can't
we don't
describe
ask.
what
Yeah,
it
we
is.
just assume. Yeah.
We just
Right.
assume it's a bobsled over a Nike sign.
Sure.
That's all we think
Let's
about.
go
But
with
a
that.
heart. So when people ask me about my tattoos, I'd be like, yeah, what would you ask it about? But I definitely learned to not get nobody's name tattooed on me no more. Um, now it's more for my kids than anything. My
There
next
you go.
project is definitely to finish the other side of my butt cheek. We started
Good to
it.
know.
Now we need to finish it. It's been all this time. I haven't had it done since 2019, so
Right. It's been some
gotta get
years
it.
since I've tatted you. You got to get, yeah, you overdue for some new ink though.
Well, no, we just tattooed the autism one earlier this year. I want to say in January we tattooed that one.
Man, you used to be on my
Um,
porch every day with me. Shoot, hanging
I
out.
know, but it's been a lot
Wow.
that's been going on lately, but I am getting a little soon, so we gonna
Right.
be
I
running on tattoos couple at a time, slowly.
just just to be humorous for a second, because I was trying to look at something else, but you always got to be careful what you Google search, because if you say it wrong, they give you the wrong thing. I was trying to look up the most interesting tattoos that someone would put on men would put on their appendage, as we said.
Yeah.
It didn't give me the right answer, but it gave me actual tattoos of that on their body with some pretty unique terms on that one. And I gotta say, one off the bat is there's one that it's the phallus, that's the medical term,
Yeah.
and it has wings, and apparently it's titled the Nutterfly. So I did not, and I only say did not know that was a thing, which I find interesting. Why would you do that? I get the standard ones, but these people are pretty creative. I mean, I I guess again it
Yeah.
goes back to the point. Some things you really should think about what you're going to put on your body, because now the other question too, like talk about some interesting ones as people get older. Like maybe you had a tattoo of something specific. Maybe you're younger now. You're aging. Your body's going to change. It's going to warp,
Mhm.
obviously, at some point, right? Like, is that got to be something you factor into a decision for one too?
You know, honestly, and I'm going to be honest, and a lot of tattoo artists are going to be mad at me for saying this, but all things fade.
Yeah.
And your skin changes, your body changes, your skin gets flabby. As you get older, your skin gets flabby. It doesn't get as not as tight as a 21-year-old body. You
True.
start gaining weight. Things start getting misshapen and stretched out, and people don't understand that you may like this and love this now, but 20 years from now, you're going to ask yourself, why did I do this? And I tell people, get stuff that you're going to be comfortable and be happy with for the rest of your life. And get it somewhere where it's not all crazy and your body goes through these metabolic changes where it's going to deform the actual artwork itself.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't care how great you are as a tattoo artist. You could do some Van Gogh work on a person's arm, shoulder, torso, all of that. If they don't take care of themselves or their bodies, it's
Mhm.
gonna look like trash, and it's gonna look like somebody mediocre did your work.
Yeah.
And that's
Absolutely.
just the honest to God truth. It's not
Well.
just the tattoo artist's fault. It's the client themselves. You have to take care of it. You are responsible for the maintenance of your
Oh
tattoo
yeah.
afterwards.
So
And I
here's.
have two tattoos to prove it. So
Can you
with
show us?
getting hand, yes,
Okay.
with getting hand tattoos, finger tattoos especially,
Hmm.
we did these finger tattoos 12 times. Um, and it was because I was working as a housekeeper and, chemicals and gloves with a fresh tattoo, it brings out the ink. So you have to be
Mm-hmm.
very
Right.
sensitive and careful. So we did this is supposed to say rocks, ROXX. That faded very quickly. We did it 12 times till it was deep down in the bone, and it just never worked. Then we have Bone Thugs and Harmony, but you can barely see it now because
You need a touch up.
after all the years, after all these years and the cleaning and stuff and washing dishes and stuff like that, showering, washing your
Your
hands,
skin
putting
layer
lotion,
changes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
your skin layer changes. And because we did it that many times, we
Mm-hmm.
were just like, you know what, we're done. We're not gonna redo it. We're just gonna leave it as it is. So I know now that I don't want no more finger tattoos personally. I rather go from the hand up in the rest of my body because finger tattoos, if you are a worker and you use your hands, it's not good for you. If you're somebody that just sits at home and does nothing all day, for you, good for
Well,
you.
yeah. Well,
But
here's a fun thing here, and since Brian here is the expert, I pulled this up and we kind of covered the first one, but I want to read these off, and I want to see if you, as the licensed professional there, if you agree, disagree, how much of this is truth or not, because this is obviously AI, this is Google generated, but
Okay.
so I searched up the list. It says the most commonly regretted tattoos. We'll skip the first line because we kind of covered that, partner, ex's names, things like that. So this is again, this is I guess based off a popular list that was pulled, and I'll read the description. Then if you want to tell us, do you agree, disagree? Is this fully truthful? Is this maybe only part of it?
Cool.
We'll let you, as the expert, tell us. So after partner and ex names, they have one category is fine line script and small micro tattoos. Tiny words or minimalist shapes often bleed, blur, or fade into unreadable gray smudges as the skin ages.
Agreed. Definitely.
Okay.
I agree.
It's too
Yeah.
small.
Yep. Okay.
Those are
We
people
also.
who are very scared of getting tattoos. They get something small.
Mm-hmm. But
And
again, his body, we talk changes and things. It's kind of like buying ice. If you buy a bag too small and you expect it to last, it's just gonna
right.
gonna change, obviously. So this one also says trendy designs and memes, pop culture references, internet memes, and fast fashion aesthetic trends quickly look dated or chuggy.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Any of those, like, you know how certain people used to like any catchphrases or things
Yep.
that were in 2019, by
Mm-hmm.
2022, people gonna be like, you still got that tatted on you? Why would you tat that? Like yes, 100% agreed.
And this one also, you agree. You said this earlier, but we'll put this out there again. If you want to elaborate again, why? But this kind of speaks for itself. But it says impulsive flash sales and amateur work. Getting cheap ink on a whim from an unlicensed or inexperienced artist frequently leads to poor line work and infection risks.
That's right. All the time. I've
Yep.
done quite a few tattoo cover-ups on other people who've gotten something done from a cousin or a friend, or they went out of town and got something done by a so-called professional,
Mm-hmm.
and the work doesn't turn out looking good. And then now you're gonna, and then I have to, by right, as a businessman, I have to charge you extra, because not only am I trying to fix something that I didn't create, but
Mm-hmm.
now I got to fix it and make it look better,
And what it
and
was
fix all the lines that what it would it
would have
should
been.
look like.
Yep.
Right. Like, and that's hard to do, actually. And any tattoo artist can tell you nothing's worse than cover-ups and redos from
Yep.
somebody else's work.
Yep. Yeah, and I guess that's the same cliche. They say, like, if you go back in the day when friends like, let me just pierce your ears, I got a gun. Well, just because you have a tattoo gun doesn't mean you should do it. So,
That's right.
uh, which is a good one. We kind of touched on this one, but maybe if you want to elaborate a little bit more about it, since this doesn't going to kind of get too specific in a way, but it says high visibility placements, the face, neck, hand, and finger tattoos can severely complicate professional environments and modern job searches.
Oh wow. How many times have I said that, Amber? Don't put nothing on you and you got a job, because they will
A lot.
discriminate you, and
A
Yep.
lot.
they will look at you as a total different type of person. And
A
that is
lot.
100% true. If you're getting tattoos and you're getting elaborate work, make sure it's a place where you could cover it up. So if you're in a workforce environment, especially a desk job or anything like that, make sure you could cover it up so you could stay looking professional.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, I know they talk about like
And
even
I have a
actors
lot of
too.
issues, especially McDonald's. If you
Mm,
have tattoos and they're visible at McDonald's, they'll either tell you to put makeup on it,
yep.
or they'll tell you to wear long sleeves the whole entire time, and it's hot in there. So
Yeah.
I didn't get a job at McDonald's one time because I had my daughter's name and feet prints on my chest, and then I had this tattoo right here. The lady was like,
Mm,
"That's the Lion King sign." I said, "It says one love,"
yeah.
and
Well,
my husband said, "One life." She's like, "No, no, no, that's a gang tattoo." I said, "It's not a gang tattoo, I promise you."
yep.
So they discriminated me because of that. Then I was able to find a job that I was comfortable with, and they were comfortable with me. They didn't discriminate. But now with me owning my own business and running the podcast, I don't care where I get a tattoo because I retired at 35.
Yeah.
I have my own business now and I have a podcast. So if you don't like my tattoos in my own business and in my podcast, so be it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I retired.
Right.
No, that's a fair point. And then obviously this last one, which I know we're not going to have a struggle with. This kind of goes for a lot of things. We kind of hinted on this too, but just for clarity's sake, to finish it off, the last most regretted is youthful decisions, getting inked as a teenager or before age 21, when long-term perspective and personal tastes are still shifting, results in a much higher rate of regret.
100% true, because I've tattooed cover-ups, did cover-ups on people who, when they first came to see me when they were like 15, 16, and like by the time they're 21, 25, they like, please get this off of me. I don't know what made me think of doing this at this time. But
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning, they loved it, was all
Yeah.
in love with it, all on Facebook with it and everything. But as time goes on, and that's why I tell people that you got to know what you really want when it comes
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
tattoos and understand that it's permanent. This is going on your body for the rest of your life.
Yep.
It's something that you could die with,
Yeah.
and something that you won't look dumb for having as you get older.
Oh, for sure. And I really think, and this is just me from what I've seen, and I've been around a while looking, but I just feel like, and maybe you might see it differently too, but I just think people just don't think about it through. They don't think through it all the way that far. They're not.
Oh no, not at
They're
all.
not seeing it that way. They're looking. It's almost like the claim to fame. You want the fame and fortune, but you don't want to work to get there. It's like you're missing that middle piece of the puzzle that's kind of crucial for. This is a big, essentially life altering decision because again, you're marking your body. It's a big thing. And I've heard
Yes,
people say like, well, it's just a tattoo. But you're permanently marking. It's like ear piercings. Yeah, the holes will close and stuff, but you're putting ink on your body. And like we said too, talking earlier, like if you get it done wrong, there could be some medical fallout if there's an issue or something goes haywire. Like all these
that's
things
right.
have to be considered, right? So it just makes sense.
I've tattooed people, and people had to get their appendix taken out or surgery or even get injured, and it just destroys their tattoos. And
Yeah,
you just don't know what happens in the future. That's why I
yeah,
tell
I
people all the time: be real selective with what you want. Don't go overboard.
no,
You don't have to like get nothing. Now, I don't mind doing elaborate work. I don't mind doing big work because that's more money in my pocket. But I feel like I'm not professional
right,
if I don't tell you the drawbacks of what you're getting first to make
absolutely,
sure that you really are sure that without a shadow of a doubt in your mind, you want this.
right, yeah, oh, absolutely. There has to be there can't because again, it's like any other decision too. You make it and I get being impulsive. I get on the whim, as we say too. But it's just sometimes with certain things, you really got to think about it. You really have
Yeah,
to.
yes, you do.
I mean,
Amber can attest to this. That there were people that used to be on my porch that one month would get some tattoo work, and then the next month they're getting it either covered up or
yeah,
if it's not their girlfriend, it's their parent. That's like, no, get this crap
get
up
this
off of
off.
him.
Yep.
Take this off of him. He knew better, and they don't
like that.
blame
Like I
me,
said, the only
but they
tattoo
just be
I
mad at
ever
them.
got covered was Buddha. That's the only tattoo I ever got
Yeah,
covered. And even though yes, I have three different people's names on me that we're in a relationship with, I won't get them covered because I learned my lesson. I put it there for a reason. I'm going
Yeah.
to keep it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't look.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, it's my body. I put it there for a reason. Like I told you guys the story. I put Alfred on my front part because my husband was cheating on me. So he was cheating on me with my cousin. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get a man's name there. Fuck
I
you.
will say that is my favorite story thus far. I do like that. Talk about the ultimate comeback. I mean,
Yeah.
like, especially when, and again, I won't get graphic with it, but you're in the moment doing stuff and you're like, oh, this is great. But like, wait a minute, who's Alfred? Like, whoa. Like, what happened? You know, like
right,
top halfway
Run
going
it
like,
up,
oh,
Batman.
I'm like, wait a minute, my name, oh, Amber, and you have Alfred. That's not my name. Like,
right.
And that's
Who
the
the
thing,
hell
like,
is
he
Alfred?
definitely did come home that day right after I got it tattooed. B didn't do that tattoo. I had somebody else do it. Because I know we would have just felt uncomfortable doing it together. So I had somebody else do it. He ended up coming home that night and he was like, let's do whoop-de-woo, and we did. And he was like, you got a tattoo right there? I said, yeah. He turned the light on. He was like, who's Alfred? I said, Batman's
Oh,
butler.
he was just here for no. He's like he was just here. You just missed him before you came in the door. But you know,
I said,
He was here
Batman's
15
butler. I
minutes
don't know.
ago.
I liked it, Alfred.
he's like I get tattoos of my lovers when I'm finished, and he was already here. You were out doing whatever, and I was by
This is
myself.
before I
So
met you.
pretty much, I mean, yeah, that would be a good one. Like there that. Have you? I wonder if there's ever a thing. You like that. You ever see like these funny breakup videos, like how you find out he or she's cheating, and then you just kind of like you surprise, like I know what you're doing. Like you ever get tattooed, like yes, I know. Like what do you know? Like I know. Like one of those kind of moments. It's got to be quite hysterical for that. I actually,
Yeah.
in a related topic, sort of talk about funny. This is kind of not. I like to. I don't share this story much, but I do share this story. And just a brief summary, if you'll indulge me. So for many years, as a fun job, I worked for a pilot who flew hot air balloons. That was a wonderful, like, fascinating, all this kind of stuff. There was one time I remember, and I think about funny messages, but proposal flights, birthday flights were pretty popular. People want to take someone for their birthday. A couple of people want to propose. And so the question was, have you ever had something go wrong so the short version was, there was actually two. One was got halfway up. As they got up, guy got down on one knee, proposed in the basket, and they were maybe, I don't know, 50 feet to 100 feet off the ground already, barely got started. She said no. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess let me let the air out. The ride's over because.
I know you don't want to ride this way feeling rejected.
And the other
Right.
one, which is almost as bad, is she did say yes. They were up in the air, probably 5,000 feet up in the air, high up, over the river and stuff. I don't know if it was during the process of after proposing, the hug, the kissing, the crying, trying to put the ring on. He had the real ring with him. They dropped it out the basket over the side.
Oh no.
And he had the worst part of that story was too is they had a fake ring he could have used for the proposal. I guess he didn't want to do it because it wouldn't feel as magical. Yes.
All right.
Okay, I get that, but now you drop the ring. But there's a worse part about it. What should you do with jewelry to cover yourself if something happens to it?
Insurance.
He had no insurance on it.
Wow.
And as I recall, I think it was like it was like a $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000 ring. Like it was not cheap. So
just down
somebody
the
underneath them got real excited.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in this case, like it's just funny how when you think about whether it's tattoo message or things like that, the regrettable decisions of sometimes things just don't go that right way. Like, and I don't think people, I don't know if it's human nature. We're just not wired that way. Like we can't think about, we don't want to think about the negatives to begin with. That's fair.
Right.
But you got to be realistic too, because things can go wrong. Things can happen. I mean,
you should prepare for the worst at the end of the day, because
exactly
it's that magical of a moment. You have to prepare for anything, everything.
And it's moments like that too where I forget, someone told me the story. They talk about the cheating where a girl was cheating on the husband kind of thing, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they didn't find out until she had a doctor's appointment. It was the female, the gynecology type doctor. And upon exam was like, oh, you got a condom stuck up here. And the husband's like, well, there shouldn't be one because we don't do that for that. I goes, well, yeah, I pulled it out. Here it is. Like, and he's like right there, and they're going like, is there something you need to tell me? Because we haven't done that with that sort of protection thing. So
that was an instant breakup.
Yeah, he's like, and I think they said basically it had to be up there for at least almost, was it a month, 2 months, and the doctor's even like, I'm shocked because you didn't notice it was there, because obviously it could cause issue because it's a foreign object in your body.
Yeah,
but
that could have caused an infection.
And which was he even surprised. I guess I don't know, I was watching a show on it too, but there was a documentary about it. But it was like, I guess she was having some UTI, like it started to become a problem, which is why she went. But he's like, no wonder, because you have it up there. But it was just, it sparked a whole other conversation because they went in for one thing, and husband's like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? You pulled out of my wife's what now? So he's like,
Ooh,
doctor, I'll leave
ooh.
you two alone for a few minutes. I feel like you're going to have a conversation that I should not be a part of. So,
Absolutely.
Man, for real.
I
Oh
mean,
wow.
I was fast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, when I found out, my husband was cheating, we can contest. I went crazy. I
yeah.
did.
Well,
I
naturally.
lost my shit. But even then, my tattoos say a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the bigger ones. I learned to wear my heart on my sleeve, but
Yeah.
I also learned nobody's gonna waste my time besides me. I'm
Naturally.
still
Oh, of course.
beautiful. I'm still beautiful behind the beast that I am.
Yeah.
And the flower, the bent but not broken. I may be bent a little bit, but I'm never
You
gonna
bounce
be
back.
broken.
Yeah.
I bounce back, you know what I'm saying? And I have so many tattoos that are for the breakup, but at the same time, I learned through my tattoos, and they're there for a good reason to remind
To
me.
remind you,
Don't let
right? It's not
don't
it's not
let
about
shit
making you feel
slide.
bad,
Don't
but
let no man, female, ever in their life, make me feel any type of way because I'm a good soul at the end of the day.
well, yeah.
That's
And
right.
remember, we've said this. We all care. We care about you, and there's an old saying which everybody's heard is like, no man is worth crying over.
Absolutely not.
And if he's not worth your time, and you're working, not I won't overshare anything, but say if you're working too hard to foster a relationship, as it were, um,
Right.
it's not worth that.
It's
It
not
really
worth it.
isn't.
Right.
No.
I really agree with that. If your relationship should flow, it
Yep.
should flow as natural as water, and your happiness should be just the same. If
Yep.
you should
Mhm.
nobody have to overwork themselves to make the other one happy.
No.
Because I know if
Absolutely.
I love somebody, I'm happy with them. Their presence alone makes me happy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I
But
mean,
people have a bad misconception of what love is.
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep. And what it takes, and
We're in a
even
day and
that.
age now where love is monetary. It's
Oh
about
yeah.
how much you have, how much you could do for me. Everyone is selfish and self-righteous, and
Yep. And
it's not the same.
no, and they don't realize even for a love relationship what it takes to actually make the relationship work. Where you have to culture it, you have to cultivate it for it to grow. Like it's actively
Mhm.
working to make it better. You can't just say, okay, well I've been down that road too. I've learned from my mistakes too. Like I can't just say I'm in a relationship, I'm happy, this and that. It's like having a plant and never watering it, or having a goldfish and never feeding it. Like
That's right.
Mhm.
you know what's going to happen. So, but I think that's part of the decision process. And I said now I'm getting older, and I tell people, listen, I've heard this saying, oh, I love him so much, I love her. You're not even 18 yet. You're not even 21. Like you're young. Like give it time. Like I'm
Right.
not trying to squash your enthusiasm, but you don't really. And
Y'all
I
ain't
think,
been
how do
through
you know? I
nothing
was
together.
17. Yeah, you don't know what love is at 17 or 16. Like your puppy love. I mean, come on.
Right.
I tried to
You
explain
right.
that to my daughter. I
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. I mean, you want to grow up. Everybody does. Well, we think that we
Right.
think, oh, it's gonna be great being a grown up, but they don't tell us how really it's not that fun as you think it is.
It
Um,
sucks.
Right.
yeah, to be honest, yeah, to be honest, it does. But when you're young, and we've all been there. You're young and impulsive. You don't your head's in the clouds. You're not thinking about practical stuff. Um, I remember that. Oh, we're young. We're invincible. We're not touchable. We can fly. We can do anything. I can,
That's right.
so. And don't confuse that. Anybody watching, listening to, I tell this to people. I'm a big advocate of go for your dreams, follow through, try hard, because you never know, things will pan out. Don't misconstrue that. It's
Uh-huh.
more of the fantasy idea that everything's sunshine and rainbows and butterflies,
Mhm.
Right.
that kind of thing. So just for clarity's sake.
I I
Well,
I agree 100% what you're saying. I really truly do. Because a lot of people that get the love misconstrued, like you have to put work in on that to
Yep.
make it, to culture it, to make it grow. And
Yep.
and you're right. In the term of a plant, if you don't water it, it'll die.
Yeah. Plain and
And
simple, right?
yeah, plain and simple.
There you
A
go.
lot of us are more infatuated than we are in love, and that's
Invested in
what
it. Yep.
and
Mhm.
that's what happens because too many people be in love and y'all be in that honeymoon phase, and as soon as one thing goes wrong, y'all quit or y'all abandon each other. And this day and age and time, these young people, these kids, they honestly don't have no patience, no resilience.
No.
It's all about I want this, and if this doesn't go my way, then screw it all. And
Yep.
they don't put no work into nothing.
Nope,
No.
totally agree with that, and we appreciate your insights there, B. You know, and again,
Oh,
I'm sure
thank
Amber
you.
said we'd love to have you come back too at some point, right? I mean, I think it'd be
Absolutely.
awesome.
Cool.
I think we're gonna do a segment where I have him actually at my house where he's tattooing me.
Hey, there you
I
go.
think
Yeah, that'll
I
be
think
cool.
that will be a really good segment because then you guys can see the
The
gist of
process
what
and
I'm
all.
talking about. Yeah, the process and everything. Because when I pick a tattoo, I just pick a random tattoo sometimes, and I go over it like for months, and then I'll send him a couple of them, and I'm like, I don't know what one I want to get. And then when it
Yeah.
comes down to it, I get something completely different that's meaningful to me.
Yep.
And I I definitely believe having him come here or me go there and him do a tattoo live, it'll show a lot of perspective in how the
Sure.
process is done. But
Yeah,
I do
that'd
want
be
to
great.
say thank you for coming, and I
Yeah,
Yeah,
appreciate your
thank you for
time.
inviting me too.
You're
of
welcome.
course.
I wanted to get your look out there, even though you're already out there, but I wanted to let the rest of the world know who
No,
you
thank you.
are and how much I appreciate you and how much work you've done.
Man,
And
I'm grateful for you too. You've been there since the beginning, so you know I'm grateful.
Oh, and
absolutely, I
of
definitely
course, you got to
have.
give him at the end segment. You got to give him his business plug. So if you want to do the where can people find you, connect. They can maybe book an
Yeah.
appointment.
Yeah. Here, my name is Brian Bennett, artistic assassin. If you could think it, I can ink it. You set up an appointment. Call me at 716-503-0263. That's 716-503-0263. Brian Bennett or Bino's
And
Tattoo
he
Man.
travels,
And I
and
travel.
he loves to travel for money.
Hey,
Yep.
and we'll put it out there. Any fans out there want to get either Amber's logo, any of our logos tattooed, he'll give you a discount if you do. I'm kidding.
No, but I will look out though. If you mention this podcast, I'll give you a discount.
Yes,
Hey, there you
yes,
go.
absolutely.
One
Check it
hand
out
wash
there,
the other.
or
Both wash the face. You got it.
there
You
you
got to
go.
plug
Look at
into the
that.
podcast.
That'd be great. Or anybody, one of
Yes.
us. We have several here. Airway Kingdom Network there. Check it out. That would be awesome. You guys can do that. But yeah, we're glad you could be here and
Thank you. Thanks again
looking
for
forward to
inviting me.
more. And Amber, I'll let you wrap it up there. Remind everybody what's the show and who's the host and why should they watch and listen? No audio. No audio.
You're
Hang on.
watching Who's Up with Ambi. I do appreciate you.
There you go.
I got the audio.
It was delayed for some reason. I got
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
there.
say
Yeah.
I had the audio.
Yeah.
Oh, you're watching Who's Up with Ambi. This is Amber, and this is Sam Crow, and this is Brian Bennett. I do appreciate you. Until next time, have a nice night.
Have a nice
Cheers.
night, guys.
Good night. Until next time, we'll see you all. Goodbye.
Goodbye.